Classic, Dave Mercer.
Get loud! It is the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Are you ready, South Carolina? I am jacked. This is they pay me to say things like this. They pay me to say, this is going to be a tournament like you've never seen before. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a tournament like you've never seen before. It is unbelievable what went on there today. A bunch of stuff that you would imagine could never have happened in this event. And it's going to be very, very tight. Are you guys jacked to crown a champion? I mean, you know, in other sports, they do the wave. And it makes sense that in fishing, we should do the wave, don't you think? Sir, you can start the wave. You look like a good wave starter. Stand up. Nobody behind you's listening, sir. It's your job to get them to listen. Keep it going. It's kind of petering. Come on. You guys can pick it up around this side. Be strong. I love it. Woo! Why you ready? Woo! Who's Jack? Woo! I want to welcome all our friends sitting in the Geico Live well, right up front row and center. All our crew in the splash well. Geico made these seats possible, and Geico is the title sponsor of the Classic. Let's get loud for Geico right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank them. And the Classic is not just in this building. Who made it over to the Dick's Outdoor Expo? How awesome was that? Absolutely insane. It was packed. Tons of great products there, tons of great things released, tons of great things to do. And we want to thank, we've got so many people in the crowd from Dick's Sporting Goods that helped us. Let's give them a round of applause. And always our good friends at Toyota. Who here drives a Toyota Tundra? Let me hear, raise your hands. And you know why you should? Because they support the sport that we all love. Let's hear it for Toyota, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've thanked a lot of sponsors, and we'll do that because we're professional anglers, and that's what we do, right? But the most important part of this sport, do you know what the most important part of this sport is? You guys. Without you guys, it's her very first Bassmaster Classic. Stand up, let's hear it for her. Here, I will give you this sweaty towel. Once it's very sweaty at the end, okay? It'll be worth absolutely nothing. I think I got it at the Dollar General. But I'll give you that after because that's all I got to give away. You guys are the most important reason, and our fishermen are going to make a lot of money today. But who here would like to make $100,000? $100,000. This is the Berkeley Cast for Cash. If this is your first Classic, maybe you've never seen this before, but you're going to get a fishing lesson. Not you, whoever wins. Sorry, don't get excited, ma'am. I gave you a towel. You can't win everything. But we're going to pick a winner. That seat has already been chosen. It's in my hand. If you are sitting in that seat, You are going to be getting a casting lesson with the Berkeley pros, and you are going to be casting for $100,000 right here today. What? Everybody look behind you at your section number. You guys there's no section, I'm sorry. You don't even get a seat. You just stand here looking at people's butts all day. I'm sorry. You already won. I mean, you got the gift that keeps on giving. If you are in section 112, you didn't win. Sorry. If you are in section... Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's your first classic, too. Well, welcome. Whose first classic is it here? Everybody that's your first classic, stand up. Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome them to the classic. I'm sorry I'm out of towels, but welcome. All right, if you are in section 120, stand up. Look over to section 121, because you guys didn't win. Section 121, stand up. What do you think? Do you think they won? If you're in row A, sit down. Wow. I feel like we're on big bucks, no whammies. If you are in row C, sit down. If you are in row D, stay standing. Everybody else sit down. I'm sorry, I didn't pick it. They gave me the piece of paper. It's not my fault. All right, section D, row D, standing, everybody. Who is in seat 3? Then you are sitting right beside the guy who won. Number 4, if you're in seat 4, you are our winner right there. $100,000 he's gonna cast for. $100,000 at the Berkeley Cast for Cash. Not only are you going to learn from a legendary angler, but you are going to get the opportunity to cast for $100,000 just by attending the Geico Bassmaster Classic. One more time, let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see him a little later, but who here wants to see our bass anglers? We started with the 52 best bass anglers in the universe, and now only 25 remain, and we'll weigh them in just a minute. But the man that'll weigh them in, my partner in crime, let's welcome our tournament director, Tripp Weldon. Not really responding to that song, Tripp.
No, wrong state, sorry. Man, what a great week, Dave. You know, so much support from so many people. Visit Greenville, Greenville County. Visit Anderson, Anderson County. Those people have been remarkable. Randy Mosley, our volunteer coordinator. So many people, you know, Edwin Evers talked about it, our first responders, making sure all these anglers are safe, getting everybody here. It's just been an incredible week.
Been an incredible week. All these local hosts, Anderson, Greenville, South Carolina, we love you. They're in the crowd. Let's hear it for them for bringing the Geico Bassmaster Classic back to South Carolina. Tripp, it has been a phenomenal week. So much to celebrate here this week, but also a tough week as well.
Well, you know, since you and I last stood on this stage, our Bass family lost Max Leatherwood, one of our contract assistants, retired, worked with us, close friend, he was our top guy, our lead guy. And then at B.A.S., we lost one of our former owners, Jim Copeland, a man of integrity, very successful businessman, but just an overall genuine good guy. And then when the fishing season rolled around, we had Scott Northrup, the coach up at Tennessee Tech, lost his life up on Center Hill, and then, of course, Nick Kaler down at Okeechobee. And, from B.A.S., our hearts went out to the Kaler family and certainly our friends at FLW. The fishing community is such a great community, and we all love each other and we support each other. And man, that was a tough deal. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of those folks. And then, looking at the tribute to Guido Hibden, I've had such a great relationship, and I haven't reached out to Stella and Dion, but I will next week. But I remember, when they'd walk into registration, Guy and Estelle, that's what I call them, and it would be Kenyon Hill, Peter T., and Guido's the patriarch of that group. He was like the mother and father when Guido and Stella walked in the room. And Guido could, away from the fishing, he could give you that look like, are you sure you want to do that? Or he could give you that look like, yeah, that's a good decision, He was just one of those guys, just a great guy, and I had a long-time relationship with him, as many of us did. And so it's sad to lose Guido. Stella and Dion, we love you. I look at the banners. I look over here at 1988, Guido Hibden. Right over here, 1997, his son Dion, only father-son combination to win the tournament, the Classic. We couldn't make history today because we could have some brothers join that elite club, so who knows how it'll unfold. But again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of these fine folks in our community. We will miss them, but they left a great mark on our sport.
Have to show respect to those great people, and their families are watching now. They can't hear a moment of silence, but they can hear you guys sending them love. Let's send all those amazing people, pioneers of this sport that we lost this year. Let's send them some love to their families watching right now. All right, Tripp, this is going to be very close. Are we ready to do this?
We're ready now. If you watch Bass Track, this thing is very, very tight. And I always say it, if we have a tie, we'll be back out at Lake Hartwell tomorrow. But, man, I'm ready to see this. And, Dave, I'm ready to do what you and I love to do best. Let's crown the world champion of professional bass fishing.
Are you guys ready to do that? Okay, before we bring our anglers in, we've got cameras all around this place, ESPN Cameras, and if you want to be on the show, we need to show the world that South Carolina can go absolutely crazy. Can you give me 30 seconds of absolute championship and Sunday insanity? 1, 2, 3. I think we're pretty good, but it's Championship Sunday, and I think you can do a little better. One more time. 1, 2, 3. We started with the 52 best bass anglers in the universe, cut it down to 25, and in just a few minutes, we will crown the next world champion. South Carolina, one more time. Are you ready? No. Are you ready? Let's get ready to win! Who do we got first on, Dave?
First angler ready to roll in from Blaine, Tennessee, Ott Defoe.
fishing his 7th at Geico Bassmaster Classic, a former Toyota Trucks All-Star champion, Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open winner, Elite Series winner, and always a threat at that Geico Bassmaster Classic. Looking to kick off this classic right. Hot Defo, 29 pounds, 13 ounces as of this morning. He's got 5 fish, looks for 7, 8, 13 pounds even. He's your brand new leader with 42 pounds and 13 ounces. Hot 13 pounds on what looked like a very tough day. You know, it seemed like we kept waiting for this fishery to explode, but it kept getting different obstacles in the way, but a great weight today. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, it really was a solid day. I didn't have any small fish in there. I just didn't have any big ones, which is kind of the same story yesterday and today. First day I had a little bit better quality fish, but really was, you know, a solid last couple days. Just lacked a big bite to really put myself in contention, you know, to be there at the end of this thing. But fished, you know, I mean, I really had a good week, fished the way I wanted to, and the Lord blessed me with getting to be here and having a chance, you know, just to get to go out today and being just a bite or two away.
Is there anything looking back, you know, no matter how this shakes out, anywhere where you're like, zigged when I should have zagged, or it just didn't get the bite?
That's the good part, Mercer. I can really leave here from this tournament and say I fished the way I wanted to fish. I was never too tied to anything, and I took a lot of chances. Sometimes they paid off, sometimes they didn't. And when you do that, and hey, if it doesn't work out, it just wasn't your time. I really wanted it to be, but no, it was a fun week, and I caught all my fish shallow. The only time I didn't fish shallow was the first couple hours the first day, and after that I never fished anywhere I even practiced. So I just went fishing every day and you know, and fished new water, fished stuff that looked good, fished by the seat of my pants, shoot from the hip. That's kind of what I like to do, and you know, I covered a lot of water and stumbled across a bite here and a bite there.
Worked out pretty good for you. We'll see how this works out. Maybe bring him out to fill out our hot seat during the Super 6.
This next guy won it back in, what was it, 95? From Mount Ida, Arkansas, Mark Davis.
Three-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year and the 1995 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. Pulling that Berkeley weighing bag out of that Skeeter Yamaha. Let's welcome him to his 20th Geico Bassmaster Classic. $24 pounds and 9 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that here today. 7 pounds, 15 ounces. Going to put you in 4th place with 32 pounds, 8 ounces. And wow, 20 classics. You know, it's something to be said to attend 20 classics, never mind qualify for them.
It never gets old. It doesn't. We all work so hard, and it's every year. I mean, that's your goal. I mean, you might set your goal. You know, I used to always want to win Angler of the Year, and I still do. I haven't done it in a while, but I've done it 3 times. But I used to always be my goal. But our goal is always to make the Classic. You can't imagine how hard all of us work just to get to this stage and how special it really is. And I know because I've missed it a few times. And when you're not here, you're like, oh, the mully grubs. The crowd don't know what the mully grubs are, and I'm not going to do my mully grub expression, but it's something like this. It's bad. But anyway, today I didn't do any good. When you're in 25th place, I mean, what the heck? You might as well go for it. So I went and ran a bunch of new water. Wasn't a very good day to do that. But, that's fishing, and, it's a great lake. Always good to be here. I didn't have to go to the expo, and I'm sorry I missed all you fine folks at the expo. How was the expo? That's right. I knew it was good. It would have been better if I'd have been there, but I'm sorry I wasn't there this time. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all my sponsors, and I don't have to list them off, but I also want to thank all the Bass sponsors, because you folks out there probably don't realize maybe how hard it is to put on a show like this, because this is a show. The Bassmaster Classic is the only tournament that can change your life forever. And it changed mine in 1995, and I've never been the same since. Thank y'all.
Always great to have you here.
Way to go, brother. Hey, next angler coming in from Bentonville, Arkansas. We've got Mike McLellan.
An 8-time Bassmaster winner. Mike McLellan took his 8th Bassmaster victory earlier in the year last year on the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens. And the Geico Pro wanted to get here on Sunday, and he definitely did that. Let's hear him for him, ladies and gentlemen. Get loud. His 11th Geico Bassmaster Classic qualification. Had 28 pounds and 3 ounces going into today. 5 fish today.
Small today.
10 pounds, 9 ounces. Going to move him into second place with 38 pounds and 12 ounces. Just 4 pounds, 2 ounces short of the overall lead. Get loud for Mike McLellan. $38.12, sitting in second place right now, and goal's always to get out there on Championship Sunday, so you did that.
That is the whole thing. And like I said yesterday, I was absolutely blessed to be there on Championship Sunday. Look at this crowd in here today, man. This place is almost packed out. But thank y'all for getting out today. But the thing about it was I literally got into today in the last 15 minutes yesterday. I was really fortunate, blessed is what I was. And to get out there today was just awesome. I mean, this is a really special classic for me. I mean, the fact that B.A.S.S is celebrating their 50th year, the fact that Ranger Boats is celebrating their 50th year, and the fact that I turned 50 this year and I've been fishing full-time for 20 years, it's pretty awesome. I just got to say a big thanks to all of my great sponsors, all the B.A.S.S sponsors. I mean, look at this Geico Live Well. I mean, Geico and Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop. It is unreal what those folks do for this sport. I mean, I've had a flawless year. I mean, my Mercury's run phenomenal, and it's just one of those deals that I love to fish. I'm ate up with it. Someday I'm going to win one of these classics. I know I am. I thought maybe this one was the one with all these 50s, but it just didn't happen this year. It will one of these days.
I know it will, and I know you'll be back.
Next angler ready to roll in from Knoxville, Tennessee. Make him welcome. Here comes Brandon Colter.
Competing in his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. He's a 3-time Forest Wood Cup qualifier and made a giant charge yesterday to make it into Championship Sunday. Can that charge continue? Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. 25 pounds, 13 ounces as of this morning. He's got 5 fish here on Championship Sunday. 11 pounds, 6 ounces, gives him 37.3, and he moves in to 4th place currently. Let's celebrate him. Made it to the Classic and made it all the way through to Championship Sunday. $37 pounds, 3 ounces, and 1 Classic down. I know this has just got to fuel you to get back here again.
I mean, look at this place. This is, unbelievable. Thank you, Greenville. Y'all came out. It's unbelievable. We appreciate it. But, yeah, absolutely. It fuels the fire, I didn't realize how bad I fished the first day, and it was definitely nerves. And, I kept telling myself I've been around long enough, and, it wasn't going to be a big deal. Well, guess what? It was. And, it's the Bassmaster Classic, and, I'll be back. That's all I can say, because I do not want to go. The show's incredible. I heard the crowds are great, but I'm glad I'm here. And I don't want to work another one. I want to be here every time because this crowd's incredible. But before I leave, I just got to say something. It was an incredible week, and I've been with Corona for 3 or 4 years, and they've been unbelievable. And I always say I'm the luckiest guy because I get to get off stage and go eat some beef jerky and drink a cold beer. So, that's always good. But, there's other people, 13 Fishing, Threads, they do clothing and stuff. Crockett Creek Beef Jerky, we already talked about. But then, Triton, Mercury, Power Paul, the industry people, TH Marine, RMP Products, Costa, Costa helps a lot of anglers out there, not just Casey Ashley. He's got the $1 million smile on the boat, but, they're a great company and they're great sunglasses. So I just want to make sure I thank everybody, and I sure do appreciate it, and I'll be back, I promise.
Congrats on making it here, and I know you'll be back.
Got another angler ready to roll in. Y'all make him welcome. He is from Petal, Mississippi. Here comes Cliff Pace.
A 3-time Bassmaster winner, fishing his 7th Classic. He is the 2013 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. And when we came here in 2008, we finished in the bridesmaid spot to Alton Jones, but let's hear it for our Classic champion, game face, Cliff Pace. 27 pounds even as of this morning. 5 fish here today for Cliff Pace. Let's get him up that leaderboard. 12 pounds, 13 ounces. He moves into 2nd place with 39 pounds and 13 ounces. Moving to 2nd place, and this tournament has really seemed to, I don't remember a tournament where as many anglers going in were that excited about it, and as many anglers going out were kind of scratching their head wondering, what changed and what happened.
This lake is changing so fast right now. I'm thankful I run at SHO, or I wouldn't have enough gas to get back today. I literally launched, ran halfway down the lake. I've been catching all my fish in like 40 to 50 foot of water, and I fished for 2 hours and never had a bite. And I could tell yesterday those fish were leaving. So I just scrapped it all and ran, 35 miles up the river to the end of it. And just put the trolling motor down and started fishing. And at 11 o'clock, I didn't have one up there. So I pulled the trolling motor up and ran all the way to the dam. And I went to a creek down there that I'd seen some sunning when we had one good sunshine day of practice. And they were sunning on docks. And I went in there and managed to catch what I caught in the last 2 hours. So it's not just to go out there and catch them on Lake Hartwell right now. These are the best guys that exist on planet Earth at catching bass, and they make it look easy, but it's not. This lake's definitely a challenge, and that's why you've seen the highs and the lows that you've seen this week. But it's been fun for me. I've managed to be fairly consistent. I was praying I could catch about 16 a day instead of 13 a day, and but I didn't. But I've got to thank all my sponsors, and all the friends and family that I have back home that support me, and everybody that's in part of me doing this for a living. I will forever be in debt to you all. Thank you all so much. Thanks everybody for coming out, and I look forward to the next time we fish the Bassmasters Classic at Lake Hartwell.
I'm sure we'll be back. We'll see you in the Elite Series.
This next guy knows how to catch him too, and he's got the hardware to prove it. From Hayden, Idaho, Brent Holiday.
The reigning and defending Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a former Bass Nation National Champion and a 3-time Elite Series champion, and it's Championship Sunday. £26 even. He's weighed 13 pounds even both days in this tournament. 3 fish today. 9 pounds, 4 ounces, gives him 35 pounds and 4 ounces. And the prodigy moves into 6th place currently. Get loud for Brandon Polnick. So just 3 fish here today. This really seems to have left a lot of guys scratching their head. I kind of feel like, we saw some great weights, but we really didn't see the true potential this week because you guys were so excited going into this event.
Man, we were literally a week away, or not even maybe a week, maybe 2 days. What I saw today, crazy things could have happened. I thought, knowing what I know now, I would have made different decisions, and that's going to haunt me for a while. But I really thought today, going into it, I was going to need 26 or 27 pounds. I lost about 21 pounds worth, and I thought, well, that's not really a big deal. I'll just keep searching for a big one. I caught my biggest one on about the 3rd dock I pulled up on. I can't really talk about it because it's not released yet, but a bait I've been working on for 3 years. And I thought, oh man, it's going to get really good. And then I just couldn't put it together. So if you guys are anywhere near Hartwell, you guys need to be fishing this next week because it's about to go gangbusters. I mean, all these fish have been waiting and waiting. They're about to pull up, and it's about to be crazy. Just like this weigh-in.
This weigh-in's going to be a lot of fun, but let's hear it for our Angler of the Year.
And let's keep it rolling. Next angler coming up, he's from North Prince George, Virginia. Make him welcome Jacob Porosnik.
A former Elite Series of the Year, won 2 Elite Series events in his very first season, a 4-time Bassmaster winner, fishing his 4th at Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's welcome Jacob Porosnik to the stage. 28 pounds and 4 ounces going into today. 5 fish. We're looking for 14-10 to take the lead. Let's get him up that leaderboard. 15 pounds even with 43 pounds and 4 ounces. A brand new Geico daily leader in Jacob Porosnik. $43 pounds and 4 ounces, and leading this deal. Is this lake just starting to get going?
I wish I had about another hour. It would be unbelievable. I guess it rained really bad at the lake last night. I didn't know that, and the water kind of got dinged up, had a bunch of pollen on it. So I'm fishing there. I mean, I see them everywhere I go, underneath docks, and usually when it does that, you know, the fish have started spawning. I go in the first pocket and there's a 3.5 laying there, and turned around, caught it. You know, they're doing their deal, you know. So it was just one of them deals, you know. Man, I mean, you know, I know I'm not going to win, but it's, you know, it was a good show, and it was one of those just things that, you know, if I wish we had one more day. You know, if this was a 4-day tournament, I mean, it would be unbelievable tomorrow out there fishing. But, you know, thanks to my sponsors, Quicksilver, Livingston Lures. This morning, just tell you a little deal. I caught the two of the good ones I caught this morning. I pulled in a pocket, and I had seen about a 4-pounder back there swimming around in practice, and I said, well, I'll go back there, and, you know, there's 3 docks. And it's a Livingston. It's called a Walking Boss 2. It's just a topwater bait, you know, and it was flat, slick, calm this morning. So I go to cast it, and as I cast it in the air, they come up schooling in between my bait and me. I'm like, so it hits the water, and I just turned my head and started whining. I knew what was getting ready to happen. Coosh, one gets it. I caught another one. So I ran that for about an hour or so, and it was just fun fishing, you know. I never had nobody around me, never seen nobody. And so it just, you know, I kind of put the puzzle together, just never got about 5 or 6 pound bite, you know, that needed to jump me up there where it needed to be. But, you know, Livingston V&M, I caught a bunch of those fish on a V&M chopstick. It's just a wacky worm. I don't know why you would throw a jig, because instead of just catching one fish on the dock in the pocket, with a wacky worm, you catch them all. So, you know, next time you're out there, try that. Just put it on a quantum rod and reel and just get out there and go fishing. But, you know, what a great crowd. Hartwell, I love this place. South Carolina, I got all my families from here. So, you know, it's just, this is a special place in my heart, and, you know, I wish we'd have every tournament here.
Always great to have you on the stage.
Hey, you know what? The fan club continues to grow for this next guy. Young man from Bloomington, Minnesota. Make him welcome Seth Fighter.
Fishing his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. Took a win a few years ago in the postseason. Get loud. Boom, shakalaka, giant bass. $28 pounds even going in today. Looking for 15.5 to take the lead. 10 pounds, 15 ounces. Not going to take the lead, but let's weigh that one for Berkeley Big Bass. Current leader for Berkeley Big Bass, Jacob Prosnick, with 312 today. Overall for the tournament is 611 from Mark Daniels Jr. on day number 1. That one goes 5:15. So that is your brand new Berkeley Big Bass for the day, and a very welcome addition to your Championship Sunday limit.
Yeah, that's half my bag right there, but no, it was a really weird day. I didn't have a bite till 12:30, caught a few little ones, and then went to the back of a pocket, threw a Terminator popping frog in like 8 inches of water and caught a 6-pounder, and then thought I was going to turn the day around, but didn't end up panning out.
First classic experience, tell me about it. How bad you want to get back here?
Oh, I never want to miss one ever again. I don't ever want to miss a cut on one of these ever again. Fishing all 3 days is awesome. Just pulling into the stadium every day with my friends and family and this awesome crowd here is it's awesome, man.
It is awesome. Let's hear it for the amazing fighter, man, Seth Fighter.
All right. Way to go, brother. Next angler coming in out of Wagner, South Carolina, Jason Williamson.
Jay Willie. We have 2 anglers from South Carolina in our field, and Jay Willie has steadily snuck up that leaderboard. Right now with 25 pounds, 8 ounces going into today. 3 fish here today. Those 3 fish on Championship Sunday, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, gonna finish with 29 pounds even. But South Carolina, let's hear it for one of your very own. So it's not gonna happen this week, but fishing a classic in your home state's gotta feel nice.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty incredible feeling. This has been an amazing week, truly a dream come true for me. And as I stand here on the classic stage in my home state of the Bassmasters Classic at Lake Hartwell, I got a lot to be thankful for. First and foremost, my family. I love every one of you guys. You guys are my backbone. And to all my sponsors, Bass Pro, Nitro, Mercury, Buckeye Lures. Without those guys, we wouldn't be here. TotallyTruck.com is a new sponsor of mine this year. You can go there, order all your parts for your truck online. Taipan Rods. We did 9 Signature Series rods with Taipan. The best craftsmanship of fishing rods I've ever seen in my life. You guys go to taipanrods.com and check them out. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get back. I left it all out on the lake today. I swung for the fence and obviously struck out, but I knew I had a lot of ground to make up, so I put a Buckeye jig in my hand, and I think I fished 3,442 boat docks and got 3 bites. So it's been a fun week. Thanks for everybody coming out and supporting us, and I look forward to coming back.
Always great to have you here. Let's hear it for him.
All right, next young man is getting quite a career as well. He's working it real hard. He's from Tuskegee, Alabama. Make him welcome Mark Daniels Jr.
MDJ at his first Geico Bassmaster Classic, leading a Berkeley Big Bass. Caught that fish on day number 1. Oh boy, he's digging deep again. South Carolina, let's hear it for Mark Daniels Jr. Started today with 26 pounds and 9 ounces. 5 fish to add to that. 14 pounds and an ounce. He moves into 3rd place with 40 pounds and 10 ounces. Hold 'em high and get loud for MDJ. Mark Daniels Jr. Sitting in 3rd place with 40 pounds, 10 ounces, and this is going to complete your first Bassmaster Classic experience. Tell me about this week.
Man, what an unbelievable week, man. I'm really speechless. You know, again, this is a childhood dream of mine, and to be here on the biggest platform at the epicenter of our sport of competitive bass fishing, you know, it leaves me at a loss for words, man. I'm just so humbled and blessed to be here. Huge shout out to all my family over there from the West Coast, came to show love, to support me. Couldn't do it without them, and obviously, as you know, Mercer, without being too cliche, you know, sponsorship is everything. And without my sponsors, I wouldn't be standing before you right now. And so I definitely want to thank all of my sponsors. You know, Bill Lewis, they've been with me from the beginning. They've always had my back. The makers of the original Rattle Trap, Ranger Boats, Mercury Marine, ran flawlessly this week, didn't have any issues, extremely fuel efficient. And one of my newest partners, Favorite Fishing Rods. Let me tell you something. They make a rod called a jackhammer. That jackhammer, that 611 that I caught on day 1, and she bit it so light, but it was that super sensitive rod allowed me to get a hook on her and get her to the boat. And I just really want to thank those guys for producing such a quality product. But man, I'm just blessed to be here. I'm so happy. I don't really know what else to say.
Let's hear it for MDJ.
All right, way to go. Next angler, really steady angler out of Prattville, Alabama. Make him welcome Russ Lane.
Daddy Russ Lane returning to the Geico Bassmaster Classic for a 7th time. Oh boy, he's opening up both sides. Big Daddy Russ Lane on Championship Sunday at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. The hits keep coming. "25 pounds and 12 ounces coming in today. He's got 5 fish. Let's move him up that leaderboard. 13 pounds, 14 ounces with 39 pounds, 10 ounces. Big Daddy Russ Lane moves into 5th place currently. $39.10, and a bite like that goes a long, long way on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, it does, man. It was awesome to catch that fish. The bad thing is I lost another one just like it. Got 6 bites all day long, and started out flipping docks with a big bite yo mama. I got dialed in yesterday evening on these docks that were on a specific type of structure in the backs of pockets. If it had a little point, little drop next to them, you could see it on my Garmin unit. You could see the contour lines, and it actually shows all the docks. So it was a good pattern to start running and catching those big females. But man, I'm disappointed I lost that big one.
Big one?
Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah, it's really weird.
But you're in the Classic, and I know you want to get back here again this year.
Yeah, I do. I can't wait to get back. Last year was a good year. We got some momentum going this year, and things are rocking and rolling. But I'm ready to try to win one of these things, and one day hopefully we'll do it. And the Carolinas have always been good to me. I've had some really good, solid tournaments on all the lakes in the Carolinas, so I always love coming to this part of the country and fish.
Always great to have you here. Let's hear it for Big Daddy Russ Lane. Before we bring another angler out, I have two things I need to talk about. First of all, I got to talk about my partner in crime up on this stage. As this Classic closes, he will officially set the record for the tournament director for the most Bassmaster Classics in history. And unofficially, they just fed me in this here, South Carolina, unofficially, we'll tabulate the numbers, but unofficially it looks like this might be the most attended Classic in Bassmaster history. Thank you. On behalf of all of us, thank you. You guys have been awesome. Don Day, who do we got?
Man, that's incredible. Next angler coming in out of DeBary, Florida. How about a big welcome for John Cox?
A 5-time FLW Tour winner fishing here at his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic via his win at the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens on Lake Chickamauga. He was a popular pick in fantasy fishing, came in today with 25-15. Let's hear it for John Cox, ladies and gentlemen. 25-15, looking for 17 pounds, 6 ounces to take over the lead. 5 fish for 11 pounds, 5 ounces. Gives him 37 pounds, 4 ounces. Inside our top 10 in 9th place currently. Let's hear it for John Cox fishing his first ever Geico Bassmaster Classic. So, John, unfortunately not going to take this title, but this week has got to fuel you to get back here again.
Yeah, this week was incredible. You know, I really hope to make it back here. You know, I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, we're just packed. You know, what's crazy is there's 300 to 400 boats waiting for us to pull our boats out at the end of the day at check-in. It's incredible. But, you know, I just got to thank my sponsors, you know, Mudhole, MHX Rods. You know, I built a couple rods this week specifically for this tournament to do some bed fishing, and, you know, the bed fishing just didn't work out. But you know, I went around and I threw a Max Scent, the General. It's a little stick bait, and I casted it around and caught the fish I caught this week. And I think it's going to be really turning on here in a couple weeks.
I mean, I guess that's probably the most frustrating part for you because, you know, I've heard the things you said on stage, and it just seems like it's this far away from getting perfect for you.
Yeah, and I pulled in a pocket at like 1 o'clock, and there was like 32-pounders on the bed, and there was all these big females out in the middle, and it was so close to happening, and just, you know, day short.
It's always great to have you here, and we sure hope to have you back in the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's hear it for John Cox.
This next young stick is, he makes Clanton, Alabama his home. Y'all make him welcome. Here comes Dustin Cornell.
He is the reigning and defending Elite Series Rookie of the Year. 4 events into his rookie campaign, he tasted Elite Series glory and hoisted the trophy, becoming Elite Series champion, and did not look back. Let's hear it for Dustin Cornell. $26 and an ounce coming into today. 3 Fishing Championship Sunday for 7-8 gives him 33 pounds and 9 ounces. And he moves into 12th place currently at his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. Get loud for Dustin Cornell. $33 9 ounces, sitting in 12th place right now, and I imagine motivated more than ever to get right back here next year.
Absolutely. You know, Bassmaster Classic, biggest tournament in the world. You know, it's been a great week for me. Awesome experience. Every fisherman's dream. And let me tell you, I see a lot of kids out here. You can get here. I'm proof of it. You know, it's always been my dream to get here, and I had a decent showing this week. A little bit tougher day today, but I caught all my fish this week using my Lowrance electronics. You know, I would idle over them, I'd see them, I'd throw a net bait, swim bait on them. And today I knew I was behind, so I had to make up some ground, you know. And I went out there and swam a 6-inch jig around and had some big bites. They just didn't eat my bait. But awesome week. Thanks for everybody coming, all support, my family. I hope to be back soon.
I know you will.
Another young man from Bama coming in right now. He is from Leeds, Alabama, and his name is Aaron Martens.
A 3-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. The Furious Hog Snatcher fishing his 19th Geico Bassmaster Classic this week. And let's hear it for him. Welcome him to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. 27 pounds, 5 ounces coming in today. And it looks like he went to work in a big way, looking for 16 pounds even. 15 pounds, 4 ounces. Just 12 ounces shy of the overall lead with 42 pounds, 9 ounces. Amart moves into 3rd place. Great final day here, 15 pounds, 4 ounces on a day where so many guys seem to struggle. Aaron, getting that close to, I mean, I'm sure that penalty from day number 1 is haunting you right now.
No, because I kind of know what everybody else has because of Bass Track. But if I had about 17 today, it'd be a nail biter, wouldn't it? I was catching really good spots last week, 16 to about 40 to 60 bites a day. You know, my little Picasso jig, and I don't know, 20 or 30 over 2 pounds a day, a bunch of 3-pounders. I can't figure them out. I thought I was a spot master, but this place has got me. But I think they're moving up and they're spawning, and when they get spawned here, there's so much stuff to be in, and they won't swim very far to eat. They're hard to catch when they're actually doing their thing, so I think they're pairing up. And I know the largemouth are too now, and I think they have already been spawning maybe a week or two ago. I can kind of tell by watching them. But you know, this week I just threw my little rhino head, which is like a shaky head by Picasso, and a tungsten football head by Picasso, and of course a roboworm. They eat a roboworm like crazy. I'm doing some different stuff here actually. Maybe that's why I got the penalty, but I'm using real light braid with the bait caster, which is kind of tricky, but it worked really well for that deep water, and thought I had them figured out. But I really wish I would have went to the docks shallow, because the amount of fish I saw today in the short amount of time I did it, it's got me kicking myself. But when you catch them like that and things change like that this time of year, it's hard to make that change when you haven't done it yet. So, but I want to thank my sponsors. I know Reala's, I want to take advantage of this moment. Reala's got some new baits coming out. We're always trying to figure out how to get these fish to bite. The blueback carrion fish, right? They're hard to catch sometimes. They have a bait called the Rosante. Last fall I was killing them on. That's like the only bait I could catch them on up here when they're schooling. And I'm coming out with a new bait that's a big bait that's kind of going to resemble a herring. That's going to be really good. I've been playing with that. And of course I want to thank Enigma, my sponsors, Mercury, Phoenix Boats. I want to thank everybody for showing up, and say hi to my family. Mom's here, and Spencer turns 12 this week, and I'm forgetting, and Jordan. I can't forget. And there was something. Oh, that definitely want to thank. Why I'm up here too is thank the U.S. Armed Forces. I usually do that, and I think you know, without them I wouldn't be standing here today for sure. I want to give them thanks. And the policemen, firemen, the first responders, man, they deserve more credit than anybody, I think. They're the backbone of the United States, and I want to thank them all, and men and women that keep me fishing so I can fish. But thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
And thank you. Let's hear it for A-Mark.
We'll keep it rolling. Got one of the Lee brothers on the way in. He is from Guntersville, Alabama. Make him welcome Mr. Matt Lee.
A former Carhartt College Bass champion. And the Lee brothers know how to get it done on Championship Sunday. Can this be an unbelievable classic once again? How about 26 pounds, 7 ounces going into today. He's looking for 16 pounds, 12 ounces to take the lead. 17 pounds, 6 ounces, 17.6. Matt Lee, your brand new Geico Daily Leader. $43 pounds and 15 ounces. Let's hear it for your brand new leader, Matt Lee. Well, I kind of joked with you at the beginning of the week. I said, you know, it's cool hanging out with you after your brother won, but I'd rather hang out with you after you win. Are we partying tonight?
Man, I don't know. I had a tough day yesterday, but I told y'all before I went behind stage, I said, I'm going to go out tomorrow, I'm going to catch a big one, or I'm going to go down swinging, and good Lord bless me today. I tried to fish the conditions, and it was hot, it was slick, and I just fished real methodical this morning, and everything was clicking, and it was really eerie. You know, Jordan with the comeback he had last year, and to catch the 4 and then to catch 5.5 almost. It was weird out there. And then at the end of the day, I caught a 3-pounder. Another one followed it up. I never got the other one to bite. I went back, and Aaron was on that dock. You know, there's only 25 of us out there today. What are the odds? There's over 3,000 docks on that lake. And then I went at the end of the day to a dock and I had one take my worm, and I never hooked it. And then I looked up, and there was like a 6-pounder sunning under that dock. It was that fish, and skipped in there, and the worm fell, and it kind of went off into the abyss with the worm, and it never bit my worm. And that was the classic. I mean, that was it right there. That was done deal. But regardless, I mean, I coming from 18th, what can you say? I mean, I just wanted to scare somebody today, and I think I did that. So it was a good day.
You may be surprised just how scary this gets in the next little while. An incredible performance here today. We talked earlier in the week. There's never been two brothers. There's been two brothers fish the Classic. There has never been two brothers win the Classic. And there's definitely not been two brothers win the Classic back to back. What would that mean to you?
Man, it's words can't describe it. You know, for the stars to line up like that, it's something special. You know, today was special enough, much less having that happen 2 years back to back on a lake that we're not even familiar with. You know, I mean, he'd never been to Conroe, I've never been here. Just so blessed, man. It was just such a great week, and it's all a whirlwind. You know, 1 second I'm catching 5-pounders, then I got a 40-minute car ride over here. It's boring, and then next thing you know, they're like, you're about to weigh in. And God, I just wanted to catch a big one just to show everybody today, and it was such a good day. Golly, I mean, I would have loved to caught 24, but it was a pretty sweet day today.
Let's hear it for your tournament later.
Way to go, brother. Next angler coming in out of Payson, Arizona. Big welcome for Clifford Perch.
A 3-time U.S. Open champion, has qualified for every Classic since he joined the Elite Series. Let's welcome him to the Geico Bassmaster Classic stage. $28 pounds, 13 ounces at the start of the day today. 5 fish to add to that here today. Looking for 15.3, 12 pounds, 8 ounces. Gives him 41 pounds, 5 ounces. And he rounds out our top 5 currently. Digging deep in that Berkeley weighing bag. Make a little noise for Clifford Perch. $41 pounds and 5 ounces, and that's got you in 5th place, and coming into that arena never gets old.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty exciting. You know, everybody dreams, you know, if you're a fisherman, of being in the Bassmaster Classic, and to come into day 3, make Championship Sunday, you know, it's a big deal. You know, it's kind of hard. It's so intense out there, and you leave it all on the line, and you do everything you can. Everybody's got this dream of winning, you know, and you know, I think the door was a little open today, and I believed that I was going to get a big bag, and man, I couldn't get those big ones. But you know, it's been a super blessing to be a part of it. You know, it's so hard to make it here, man. I just can't tell you, but I'm excited about it. It's been a good week. I've caught some nice fish. I love South Carolina and Lake Hartwell. I enjoy coming here, and you know, hopefully get to come back here again. I really have fun this kind of fishing, and it's just been fun. I want to thank the folks that support me. You know, I've been running a Suzuki, and I'll tell you what, if you want an engine that'll give you thousands of hours instead of hundreds, you want to check out a Suzuki. It just runs, and I'm running it on a Phoenix boat, and I did a lot of passing today. So it's a great engine, great boat. I really can't thank them enough. I'm getting ready to put about 2,000 miles on my truck to head home this week. I'm going back to Payson, Arizona, and I got to thank the Dick CPAC guys. You know, they keep me in good tires, and it's a great product, great sponsor, and you know, all the folks that helped me out, I really want to say thanks, and you know, it's just been a fun time.
Always great to have you here. Good luck in that drive.
How about a big old upstate welcome for this next guy all the way from Redlands, California? How about it for Brent Holiday?
A 9-time FLW Tour champion, a former Toyota Texas Bass Classic champion, and he'd love to add Geico Bassmaster Classic champion to that resume. Started today with 29 pounds and 13 ounces, looking for 14.3 to take the lead. Needs 14 pounds, 3 ounces. Oh, this is going to be close. 16 pounds, 4 ounces. 16.4. Your brand new Geico dealer leader with 46 pounds and an ounce. Brent Holiday is leading the Geico Bassmaster Classic once again. $16.4 gives you 46 pounds and an ounce, and boy, this is going to be a tense next few minutes here. What's going through your mind?
I'm spun out right now, to be honest with you. I've made so many good decisions in this tournament. I made so many bad decisions in this tournament at the same time, and you know, yesterday and today both, I wasted so much time trying to catch a big one, and I never did. And I just feel like I needed an extra hour today. An extra hour, I win the tournament, you know, and it's killing me right now. I don't know what to say.
Oh, let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I love about this sport so much. When you see anglers getting emotional on stage, it's not about the opportunity to win. It's about the road that these guys go through. They don't leave here and get in jets. They drive around. They're true working class heroes, and they're fishing heroes to all of us. So let's hear it for them. I'm going to be easy on you right now, but I might see you in a little while, and I'll be a little harder then. So get your act together, and we'll see you up here in a little bit. Maybe you'll be loading our hot seat. Let's hear it for Brent Holiday.
Yeah, buddy. Got to bring our next angler in. I suspect we'll make a little noise here. Ladies and gentlemen, from Donald, South Carolina, Casey Ashley.
Come on, South Carolina, get louder than that. Your native son returns to the scene where he got it done last time. Has 30 pounds and 5 ounces, and he's looking for 15 pounds and 13 ounces to take the lead away from Brent Holiday. Looking for 15-13, 12 pounds, 7 ounces. He moves into 5th place with 42 pounds, 12 ounces. But South Carolina, he represents you all year long. Let's hear it for Casey Ashley. Casey, I know it would have been a dream come true to hold that title here today. Not going to happen this year, but boy, I mean, top 10 finish for sure when this all shakes out in front of your hometown crowd. doesn't get much better than this.
It doesn't get any better than this. I tell you what, man, it's been a good week. You know, I knew coming in, everything went exactly wrong for what I wanted for this tournament. You know, I wanted the lake to stay low. I wanted it to stay cold. So it was total opposite. And I tell you, when you turn 52 of the best bass anglers loose in the world on a lake in those conditions, they're going to catch them. So, you know, I put together a plan, and I stuck with it all week. But I got to tell you, man, win or lose, anytime I get to fish right here and come into this Coliseum and hear this crowd roar, that's something special. I appreciate it. We've got some great fans here. I got my friends and family. My family's sitting up there. They're my biggest support, you know. I'm kind of glad this thing's over with because I don't know if you understand or not, but since this has been announced, I ain't been able to talk about fishing with anybody, not even my daddy, you know. So we fish here a lot. I mean, we have to just not talk about fishing, and that's a big part of our lives. But I got to thank my friends and family. They were all out on the water following me this week, and my sponsors. You know, I heard you talking about Brent earlier, you know, he's getting emotional. I mean, it's hard not to. You don't know what we go through and all the support that it takes for us to get here and all the hard work that it takes. I got to thank all my sponsors. You know, I run my Mercury Triton Coaster Wrap, Real Tree Fishing. That probably came into a big play this week because I was catching my fish shallow in clear water. And, you know, having that camo boat kind of blend in a little bit. Catching all my fish on docks with my signature shaky head with green fish that just come out, and 1/8 ounce with a Zoom trick worm, green pumpkin, watermelon candy. I flip-flop in between the two, but it's been a great week. Never got the big bite, but I tell you, man, I don't know how it's going to go down, but it's going to be exciting, so I'm going to sit back and watch myself. Y'all enjoy.
Appreciate you, young man. Next angler coming in. How about a little love? He's from Harrison, Tennessee. Everybody welcome Jacob Wheeler.
He is the youngest angler ever to win the Forest Wood Cup. Won the first 2 Bassmaster Elite Series events he fished. Jacob Wheeler on Championship Sunday. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Wheeler. Started today with 30 pounds and 11 ounces. Looking for 15.7 to take the lead away from Brent Holiday. 12 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 5th place with 42 pounds and 13 ounces. $42.13, not gonna seal the deal on this one, but back at the Geico Bassmaster Classic, and seems to be where you belong, my friend. You love this environment.
Absolutely. I mean, man, it's this event right here. You work all year to get here. People would say, I sort of took an Uber last night when we got done with our meeting, and the guy's like, "Oh, you fishing the Classic?" And he's like, yeah. He's like, "Oh, how'd you get in that?" I was like, "You got a long year of battling out with these hammers on the Elite Series to get into this event." And so anytime you can just stand on this stage and come out here and say hey to everybody, especially on a Sunday, man, it's awesome. This week I caught my fish a few different ways, and I want to tell you guys, I went out and practiced, and I love catching them on top water. Since I was itty bitty, I wanted to catch them on top water. I don't know who doesn't like catching a bass on a top water bait. And I caught a few bass on a buzz bait in practice and just clued me in. water's 53 degrees. Now, that doesn't happen a whole lot. I told somebody backstage, I said I caught a couple of my key fish, almost half of my fish, on a buzz bait. And so I was throwing that buzz bait around that grass and just winding around and just trying to catch this bigger than average quality bass. And they were coming up and getting it. 53, 54, 55 degree water. That was so much fun. I mean, that was like I was a little kid back in the day catching them fish. Caught a few fish on a chatterbait, caught a few fish on a swim bait, but it was mostly a shallow water deal for me. And today, I went completely opposite of what I've been doing. Yesterday, I had a lot of bites, caught a lot of 2 3/4 pound fish and had 14, 11. Today, I knew that I needed to go do something different. And without any risk, there's probably not very little reward. Today, I made a risk and ran way up the river, started on a place and caught that big fish. And man, I thought, hey, it's about to happen. Didn't end up happening, but absolutely an unbelievable week. Anytime you can be inside the top 10, be here on Sunday, Fish Lake Hartwell, it's pretty awesome.
Always awesome to have you here. Let's hear it for him.
I got to say something real quick here. Obviously, my family, my support group, my wife, they're unbelievable. I made a few changes this year, had an opportunity to roll with the Triton. It's the happiest move I've ever made. Those people over there are awesome. Academy Sports and Outdoors, guys, if you get on there on Facebook, we do the Wheeler Wednesdays. They're probably the best partner I can ask for. They look out no matter what they do. They're always a big support team. Real Tree Fishing. Real Tree Fishing is a phenomenal group of people as well. And, they're just, at the end of the day, my Evan Root motor absolutely killed it this week, ran around. I was burning 30, 40 gallons of gas a day. And I didn't have to worry about, getting back to the weigh-in, no doubt. So I appreciate you all. It was pretty awesome being here. And I'll see you next year.
See you then. 19 anglers have weighed in, ladies and gentlemen. We started with 25. That means we got 6 left. Our Super 6 coming up in just a few minutes.
If you love bass fishing, then show your support by joining B.A.S.S today. Since 1968, B.A.S.S has been serving bass fishing enthusiasts with information and tournament coverage that make you a better angler. When you sign up today, you'll join over 500,000 outdoorsmen who love bass fishing. With your membership, you'll receive every issue of Bassmaster magazine, plus $50 in free gear, including a membership tackle bag, B.A.S.S cap, plus more. Log on to Bassmaster.com to join Bass today.
Let's just get to bed.
It's good.
I didn't know squirrels could get that big.
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with tow prep package.
Are we lost?
Did you use a trail map?
How do you think I lit the fire?
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available navigation system.
For 70 years, Skeeter has continued to set the standard, proven time and time again with 18 consecutive NMMA Consumer Satisfaction Awards. The competition doesn't even come close. 70 years of Skeeter owners who eat, sleep, fish can now buy Save Fish for a limited time with instant rebates up to $1,500 through March 31st. Visit your local Skeeter dealer or SkeeterBoats.com to see for yourself why now is the best time to buy, save, fish Skeeter.
It's time to take fishing to a bold, new place. Berkeley Power Bait Max Set. These baits feature a revolutionary new material that releases a supercharged scent feed. They attract more fish and trigger more strikes than even original power bait. And all remain soft and flexible out of the package, so they're ready to fish. 10 forage-inspired natural matte colors come alive in the water. Berkeley Power Bait Max Set. Nothing even comes close.
239 days on the water. With an average tournament day of 8 hours, that's 1,912 hours of fishing. Averaging 60 miles per hour, you covered 12,300 miles. That's 102,420 minutes with a rod in your hand. Averaging 4 casts per minute, that's just shy of 410,000 chances at a bite. But numbers are the foundation. The results are up to you.
When you've got an incredible opportunity in front of you, you want a Yamaha VMAX SHO behind you. Just ask 2017 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Brandon Polinick. He'll tell you, if you're an aspiring angler with big dreams and a VMAX SHO, there's no limit to what you could achieve. Light, fast, fuel-efficient V6 performance and Yamaha reliability that lets you focus on your game. Nothing pushes you like a Yamaha VMAX SHO.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
It's a game changer.
This thing steers just as easy in the thick stuff as it does out there in the open water.
It's much quieter. It's more responsive.
Hit one button, you're locked down.
It's holding us right in place. It's anchoring us right here.
That new spot lock is dead on.
You know, the only fighting you have to worry about is fighting the fish now.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hey, folks, it's time for the Berkeley's $100,000 Cast for Cash. Berkeley, one of our longest sponsors of B.A.S.S., excited to have the Berkeley's $100,000 Cast for Cash in honor of their new line of hard baits. Berkeley's been at the forefront of innovation and products that are designed to catch more fish since back in 1937. You know their brands and products: Trilene #1 fishing line in the world, Power Bait, Fire Line, Havoc, the list goes on. Adding to that, Berkeley now has Fusion 19 hooks, the sharpest hooks that I've seen. Now we're going to throw it down to our good friend, two-time Bassmaster Classic champion, Mr. Hank Parker.
Hey guys, how we doing? We got a guy here that's going to cash for $100,000. He lives on Clarks Hill Lake and he's excited. Tommy Nelson. Say hello, Tommy. Look at all these people. He's going to cash $100,000 compliments of Berkeley. Cash for cash, man. This is awesome. We're excited. You know, nobody's ever won this. We've been doing this for like 12 years. So today, we're going to get Tommy ready to take home that $100,000. They're going to blow that bass up. Boy, what a great crowd and what a great tournament this has been. What a good-looking group of people. Look at all these people at Greenville, South Carolina. Woo! My home state. How about that? Bass just keeps getting bigger and better. This is amazing. All right, here we are. They're going to blow the bass up, Tommy. There's your target, $100,000. You can stand up here. We got the power poles down. Woo! How many people want him to hit this $100,000 cast? Woo! Stand on the back, buddy. Keep looking. These lights are going to blind you. Keep looking. There's going to be a big hole up there. Man, what an exciting tournament. Hartwell's really showing out, isn't it? Great lake, man. Awesome. You see the target?
I got to ring that little pipe.
You got to ring that little pipe, but they're going to get it all blown up.
How about the big target?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What'd you say, Tommy?
I said, Lord, have mercy.
We're going to get a spotlight on it. Now you see it.
No wonder y'all ain't give this away.
Nah, no wonder nobody's won it. It ain't that tough. I'm going to get out of your way. All right, we need a drum roll. You take your time, brother. All right, here we go. Ooh, just a little bit short. He was right on line. It got a little backlash. Oh, you stopped it. Well, pull it out. How about let's let him do it one more time? Where's Max? Where's Max? Can he do it again? One more, but this time for $25,000. He's gonna let you do it for 25 grand. I had to overrun one time, but I wasn't but 8 years old. Get all that out of there now. We're gonna go one more time, $25,000. Here we go. Drum roll. You're not nervous, are you? He ain't gonna talk. No, go ahead. Don't talk. Put it in there now. 25 grand. 25 grand. Oh, short again. Man, how about this? Berkeley cash for cash. But Tommy, you don't know this. Berkeley is going to give you the rod and reel and $5,000. Woo! 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 How about that? All yours, brother. Show it off. Man, woo! Woo! Awesome. All right, we're done for. Good job, man. Good job.
Nice job, man. Thank you.
Got your power poles up? All right, good job. Hey, thank you, Tommy. Good job. Thank you, guys. Woo! I don't believe I can get it done in time. I don't want to take
That moment is as rare as Christmas. That moment when one amazing competitor's lifelong dream comes true and another one is crushed.
Three-time Bassmaster Classic.
When you really start to think about it, the way we do it is kind of evil. Two competitors stand side by side in front of thousands so we can watch one win, one lose. But these Elite Series studs, they'd have it no other way. In the game of prize fishing, you're gonna get crushed a lot. The closer you get, the more the losses try to crush your soul. The more the voices in your head try to tell you can't do it. With the freakishly abnormal frequency of loss and the rarity of victory, only the strongest stand on this stage. But every once in a very rare while, it all comes together. All the things that went wrong in the past, well, they start to go so right. And before you know it, you're holding the hammer. And holding this hammer feels so damn good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your 2018 Geico Bassmaster Classic Super 6. From Grant, Alabama, Jordan Lee. From Guntersville, Alabama, Gerald Swindle. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, James Elam. From Newton, Georgia, Micah Frazier. From Tulala, Oklahoma, Edwin Evers. And from Park Hill, Oklahoma, Jason Christie. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. Your 2018 Geico Bassmaster Classic Super 6.
Keep that noise going for your Super 6, ladies and gentlemen. This bad boy right here. An old friend of yours, potentially, yeah? It all comes down to this. But before we bring our anglers up in their boats, we need to bring in our tournament leader, ladies and gentlemen. Get loud, let's bring him in right now. All the way from California, Brent Holiday. So we meet again. Is this seat comfortable, or is this the most comfortable seat in fishing or the most least comfortable seat in fishing?
There's no doubt it's the least comfortable seat in fishing. You know, it's so nerve-wracking being here. The Bassmaster Classic is such a premier event. You know, this event right here got me into bass fishing. Bassmaster Magazine and the Classic is why I'm here today. And to be here, I never actually expected this, and let alone be in contention for a win. Last year was exciting, a tough pill to swallow, but it looks like we're kind of going to be in that position again. Real quick story. Years ago, I went to the Bassmaster Classic in Chicago when Woo Daves won, and it was the first time I'd ever gone to a Bassmaster Classic. I wasn't fishing; I went there to work the show. And I was there with a fisherman. He's fished several classics, Greg Hines, and I remember just sitting there going, "This is the craziest thing ever." And Greg goes, "You'll be there someday." And I just thought to myself, "There's no way I'm going to go and fish at that level." I was fishing Western tournaments out in California at the time, so to be up here on this stage is pretty amazing. And to represent my sponsors and come here and do this, you have to surround yourself with greatness to be great. And I've done that. I have the best sponsors out here, I promise you that. And Lucky Craft Lures, they gave me the shot to come out and fish, and without them, I wouldn't be here. Ranger Boats, Mercury Marine, Daiwa. Daiwa's done so much for me, it's been unreal. So, Tackle Warehouse, everybody out there, I love you guys. And
let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. He totally does deserve it. I'm going to let you relax and go talk to this guy right now. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning and defending Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. Get loud for Jordan Lee. Jordan Lee made the greatest comeback in Bassmaster Classic history last year and is trying to make a giant comeback here today. Looking for 15 pounds, 6 ounces. 16 pounds, 5 ounces. 16.5. £16 pounds, 5 ounces, and with 47 pounds and an ounce, it may just be another unbelievable classic. Remember about 8 or 9, 10 hours ago, we were hanging out in the dock and it was dark and I was like, maybe people need to be worried about you. You're like, no, I'm just going fishing.
I don't know what to say. I mean, last year, I thought there was no way, and I honestly this morning thought there was no way, but there is a way. And I didn't go into this tournament trying to blow it out. I went into it trying to have the best tournament I could. And, I wanted to fish confident all week in whatever I was doing. And today it just kind of played in my hands with the conditions. I really wanted to fish boat docks coming to this tournament, and it didn't work that good in practice. I mean, it was cold, it was miserable, but I stuck with it. And, I went into a little pocket this afternoon I hadn't been into all week, and they were just there. They were under every dock, and it was just like all over again. I mean, they showed up for me, and I worked hard at this. I put in those long days just like all these guys, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But, I had a good day, and I was happy with it, so I'm pretty stoked. Like Brent said, we can't do this without everybody who supports us. I have some awesome people to thank. Before I go any further, Carhartt, Quantum, Strike King, I caught him on an Ocho with a spinner rod. I caught all my big fish on that this week. And, ARE, Ranger Boats, Yamaha. Those are two of my new boat and motor company this year. So just what a day. It was just like all over again. So we'll see. There's still a lot of people left away.
Still a lot of people left away, but you're our tournament leader. Have a seat in our hot seat. And one of your best buddies on the planet is coming his direction. Two-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, the G-Man, Gerald Swindoll. £31 pounds and 4 ounces to start the day. He's looking for 15 pounds and 14 ounces. looking for 15 pounds, 14 ounces, take the lead away from Jordan Lee, our reigning and defending Bassmaster Classic champion. 10 pounds, 14 ounces. He moves into 9th, but let's celebrate him. A top 10 finish at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Gerald, to get into that Super 6 and have a shot on Sunday, that's what you guys always say. I just want that opportunity, and you definitely got it, and you got to be happy with your finish here this week.
You know, I think as a competitor, I'm never the guy to sit back and say I'm happy with the finish. There's only one position we're fishing for, but I had to, I got to accept what was given to me. I thought I had to make the big decisions today to catch a big bag. I don't really have any regrets. I had some ways I thought I could catch 10 or 12 pounds, but I thought if I'd done that, I'd be scared. I said the only way you can beat somebody like Christie with that big a lead is you got to fish your strength. So I did what I had to do. Just didn't work out. I needed a little bit more wind. I got no excuses. I got great sponsors. I think I got the best fan base in the country, hands down. I mean, just look around. Who'd ever dream so many rednecks would come watch one real skinny, goofy redneck weigh in? See, that's what I'm talking about. I come to the Classic every year with the intent to try to do well. This year, I just want to get inside the top 25. Today, it just didn't work out. I mean, I seriously thought like I was jump roping with Taylor Swift for like 6 or 7 hours. I mean, I have skipped docks and rocks and swam dog fennel and summer cedars, and I've ripped chatter baits and smatter baits and jerk plugs and ripped crankbaits. I'd like to tell you that my motor got 40 miles to the gallon, but don't nothing do that good when you holding it to the floor trying to make it scream. I was trying to make something happen. I caught a 3.5 pounder and I said, I'm gonna fish every boat dock on Hartwell, and I'm just let y'all know I almost got it done in 3 hours. There's 2 in the very back of 6 and 20 I didn't get to. Y'all wanna pick them up tomorrow, we'll start right there. But I caught every fish this week on a 1/2 ounce evergreen chatterbait, the jackhammer. I'm not sponsored by them. I pay $15.99 a piece for them, just like y'all do. I got about $1,100 of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I do. I tried to get in touch with my inner Bree Height today. I even dipped the tail of that little Zoom paddle tail on the back of it to try to make it work. Just wasn't my time. I got nothing but compliments for Joe Lee, and I was watching Brent Holiday up here, and I was thinking, man, I'm fixing to get beat by a guy wearing skinny jeans, and that's gonna hurt. I mean, I know Luke Bryan looks good in them, and I'm just mad that I don't look as good as Ayler does in them. I'm just frustrated. If I put on skinny jeans, I'd look like McDonald's straws. I just can't do it. He had them Chuck Taylors on. I thought we was gonna play basketball in the old gym, slide across the wood floor and shoot from the foul line. I'm mad that I don't look like that. I'm bow-legged and broke leg, can't hardly walk. People think I just got a swagger. I said, no, I got a bad leg. I'm a pimp with a limp, and I'm proud to be here. Thank you, Toyota. See you guys.
There's only one, Gerald Swindle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him. Oh, that was a big one there. I know he's your buddy and all, but he's pretty good.
He is pretty good. I was pulling for G this week. Always am.
Always are. Well, let's get our next guy through. Just a couple of years ago, he took a Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open win and has not looked back since. Get loud for James Elam. James Elam started the day with 32 pounds and an ounce. He needs 15-1 to take the lead. 9 pounds and 9 ounces with 41 pounds and 10 ounces. He moves into 10th place currently. So unfortunately not going to take the title here this week, but whenever you get a Super 6 finish like this, you got to be pretty happy about that. I mean, great finish here at the Classic.
I am happy about that. That was the goal, is get myself in position for the last day. And I think, obviously, you know, me and a couple of the other guys in the Super 6 were all doing some of the same things, and things just changed today. I don't know whether it was the bad weather, the bad storm that moved through last night, or if it was just a combination of, you know, the stage of the spawn, those fish moved up. But for whatever reason, I could tell in the first hour, and I gave it to about 11 o'clock, and then I said to myself, you know, maybe the door's been left open. I need to go fish for some spots, and I can maybe catch 14 to 15 pounds of those, you know. And I caught one 3-pounder, you know, late in the day doing it. I just probably didn't have enough time, and it was closer, you know, than you would think. You never know what's going to happen on the last day, and so it might be a special day again for Jordan. We'll see. But it's just one of those things. I've got a lot of friends and family that came down all the way to South Carolina from Oklahoma. I want to thank all of them. I had 4 boats out there. So that was a big deal for me, you know, all week, just having them and having that support, and just, you know, what an awesome crowd we've got here. And it's an awesome event. It's a prestigious thing, and it's an honor to be here. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors and everything. You know, this week, I was going in the back ends of creeks, you know, the early blooming places that were warming up quick. And I was throwing a Molex Lover and a chatterbait and a Sidus, which is like a 5-inch stick bait, you know, just on a small weight. And that's how I was catching all the fish. And I had 3 or 4 key areas, and it just didn't work out for me today.
Didn't work out for the victory, but a great finish. Let's hear it for James Elam. Here we go. Ready for the next one, Jordan? Bring him on, he says. Well, let's bring him on. His second Geico Bassmaster Classic qualification. Get loud from Georgia, Micah Frazier. 32 pounds and 2 ounces as of this morning. Looking for 15 pounds even to take the lead. 8 pounds, 10 ounces. He moves into 12th place, and Micah, it seems like the wheels fell off for several of our anglers. Were you guys all kind of doing that same technique or same pattern, and it fizzled out?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were all running a pattern, you know, trying to intercept some of those big females as they moved up to start the spawning, you know, deal. And for whatever reason, I think they got a little farther along ahead of us, and we didn't adjust. But you know, there's a time in the spring usually when they'll stop eating those moving baits, and you got to start picking everything apart. But we didn't adjust, and we all struggled. So I honestly am happy to have those 8 pounds, 10 ounces, because it was brutal for me. I had to get the little wacky yum dinger out and go skip some docks, but I just didn't hit the right docks apparently. But anyway, I mean, if I would have known the weights would have been what they are, I might would have fished a little differently, but it is what it is. I mean, I broke a big one off right at the boat, so if I got that one in and got another big bite, I'm right there where I needed to be. So it's just a tough call. I'm so thankful to be here. I've got the best sponsors in the world, best family. Man, I never dreamed I'd be here. You know, this is amazing. Super 6 and the Bassmasters Classic. I mean, you can't complain about that.
Oh, you definitely can't. Congrats on a great finish this week. You are 2 anglers away from becoming the 3rd angler ever to win back-to-back classics. Woo!
Let's hear it.
Did you realize who the others are? They're true legends of this sport. But this next guy coming's kind of a legend too.
They're in my opinion, the 2 best fishermen on the Elite Series right now, and 2 guys I probably look up to the most for sure.
Well, let's get him rolling through. He is a former Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. Took that title in 2016. He is an 11-time Bassmaster winner. Get loud for E-squared, Edwin Evers. Started today with 32 pounds and 9 ounces. Looking for 14.9 to take the lead. 9 pounds even with 41 pounds, 9 ounces. Edwin not going to take the title this year, but let's celebrate another great classic finish by Edwin Evers. Let's hear it for Nitro Mercury Pro, Edwin Evers. Edwin, you guys always want to go into an event and want a chance on Sunday. You had that, but I don't remember ever covering an event where as many people were as positive as they were going in, and as many people are going to roll out of town scratching their head. This, we caught it at a weird time, it seems.
Man, I'd love to have a do-over. I wish we had do-overs in the Classic. I went out today just knowing that, my roommate Jason's going to bust a big bag. He is one of the best anglers out there, and you never thought that he'd leave the door open like that. So I went out there and did everything I could to, ran a lot of new water, and, no regrets. I went out there to try to win the thing, and I just didn't know I only needed 14 pounds instead of what I thought would be like 20. So nonetheless, it's a great event. I'm standing up here on this stage at the Bassmaster Classic. I dreamed of doing this when I was a kid. I literally did. It was a prayer that I'd pray all the time, and just something that, man, I'm up here doing it, and I'm making a living in the greatest country that there ever is. And, just something to be really thankful for. And, we got a great venue here with B.A.S. and great sponsors, all the people who support B.A.S. and all my sponsors. We couldn't do it without any of them. And, it's a humbling thing to be up here.
It's always great to have you here, Edwin, and I know you'll be back.
I appreciate it, and good job, Jordan.
Always great to have you here. Let's hear it for Edwin Evers. Then there were two. That is a scary, scary dude to look at right there. He scares me sometimes. He does pretty good at this thing.
Jason's he is an intimidating guy, even though he's really not one. But if I remember last time we were doing this, he caught a big bag at St. Clair and beat me out there. So he's probably one of the best anglers. He is the best angler in the world right now, by far, hands down.
Well, let's see how it's all gonna work out. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most feared names in professional bass fishing, 5-time Bassmaster winner from Park Hill, Oklahoma, Jason Christie. Jordan, come on over side by side, guys. We are gonna crown a champion here. Started today with 37 pounds, 4 ounces, looking for 914. 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Unbelievable! Jordan Lee, back to back, Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. Dude, you are back to, let's hear it for him. Come on, get loud. Jordan, several years ago, you won the Carhartt College Bass Championship. You came so close in that classic. We've always said, if it wasn't for day number 1 there, you might be a 2-time classic champion. We don't have to say that anymore. For the rest of your life, people will say Jordan Lee, 2-time Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. What is going through your mind right now?
Dude, it's deja vu from last year. I had no clue going into today that I had the opportunity to win this tournament. I just went out and did what I could do, and it's unbelievable. I'm really shocked right now, just like last year. So, what a day! Thank you. Yes, let's go.
Well, generally there's a tradition in bass fishing where last year's champion hands off the trophy, but you kind of screwed that all up on us, Jordan. So I'm sure you don't feel bad about that, though.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just unbelievable. I really can't believe it.
It truly is. Tripp Weldon gonna do the handoff. We're gonna ask you to stand right in the center of this stage. Stand right here, and we are gonna make this official. Back-to-back domination, unbelievable! Your 2018 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Jordan Lee. The 2018 Geico Bassmaster Classic belongs to Jordan Lee. Unbelievable! Walk that title around this stage and share it with these amazing fans. Back-to-back domination. Jordan Lee wins the Geico Bassmaster Classic in 2017 and doesn't give it up in 18. Back-to-back Bassmaster Classic champion. Jordan, I mean, what? I don't even know what's going through my mind, so I could not imagine what's going through your mind right now.
I got a lot of people to thank. I mean, this tournament, I had zero confidence. I mean, I had nothing going into this tournament. I had nothing. I mean, I had a couple little spotted bass places. I thought I could catch some, and I just rolled with it all week. I mean, Kristen, my fiance, she kept me upbeat all in practice when I was struggling, and just kept my head in it. And that goes for any tournament angler out there. You have to believe. Always. You got to have faith. You got to believe. It's just meant to be.
It definitely was meant to be. Kristen, I want to welcome you up on the stage. Behind every great angler is a great lady, and there is one right there. Let's hear it for Team Lee. Kristen, you are about to marry a back-to-back Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Did you have any idea that this was gonna happen? I mean, I kind of played with them all week saying that this could happen, but really, did you have any idea that at what point did you think this could be a reality?
I mean, I always believe in him, always, but from how he talked about the practice, I just had no clue. But then again, last year at Conroe, he did the same thing. This place is awful. I'm not gonna do well. Same thing, but.
Just go fishing.
Just go fishing. That's what I told him. I said, have faith and trust yourself.
Well, he definitely did that, and he has joined a league of legends, becoming a two-time Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. And to continue that tradition, take your trophy and go in the boat, and we will do the victory circle for the second year in a row. South Carolina, let's celebrate this incredible moment in bass fishing history as Jordan Lee circles the arena with his trophy. 2 years in a row, the Geico Bassmaster Classic belongs to Jordan Lee. From Carhartt College Bass Champion to World Champion, and it doesn't look like he wants to give that trophy up anytime soon. Jordan Lee, living a lifelong dream from Carhartt College Bass champion to back-to-back Geico Bassmaster Classic champion. Unbelievable! Send him out like the champion he is. Back-to-back Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, Jordan Lee.
Oh, you just saw it right there. One of the best known classic traditions of all time here at the Geico Bassmaster Classic 2018. The champion Jordan Lee taking that victory lap in the boat, holding the trophy. It's just all the pageantry that you could ever want. But more important than that, only the third angler in history to ever win back-to-back Geico Bassmaster Classic.
Tommy, I told you Friday morning I had chill bumps on the back of my neck. I've got them there again. Unbelievable, Jordan Lee to pull this thing off. I think he may even appreciate this one more than last time. I saw tears in his eyes when he came under here.
You know what's interesting is Jordan Lee has proved the Carhartt College Series. If you start in college and you keep your nose down, not only can evidently you win one Bassmaster Classic championship, well, you can win two of them. And the most amazing thing about Jordan, everything's natural. Everything just flows right. He makes the right decisions. And on and off the water, that dude right there, that is the future of bass fishing.
Boy, he is the present as well. It's all about today, too. Jordan Lee on the water today. Some incredible footage throughout this event. And just, just hanging in there, good enough to be in sixth place. The Super Six going in there. And then today, there it is.
Tommy, here in South Carolina, I know a little bit about Lake Hartwell. It amazed me watching Jordan Lee all 3 days. He was fishing off the seat of his pants. He was doing a little this, a little that. We talked about diversity coming into this tournament. He was the epitome of that. And he had fun every day. It's so important. I saw so many people, especially this afternoon, that you could tell they had knots in their stomach and they were trying to make things happen. Jordan Lee went out there, trusted his instincts, and got it done.
And what's interesting, Davey, one of the things about this tournament, there were so many rattlesnakes in the top 10 that Jordan had to take down. And here's what I've learned about that dude right there. Oh, well, that's the #1 quiet rattlesnake on the Elite Series.
A rattlesnake with no rattles.
Exactly.
Lots of anglers, young anglers especially, who can catch him, but he has an almost supernatural ability to be around them when it counts.
You know what's interesting is Kevin Van Dam made a comment last year at Conroe about the champion of that tournament, and this one, there's something about Jordan, like you just said, you never see him coming.
For a little while there. Yeah, go ahead, David.
One more thing. We thought he was sandbagging us. Oh, I'm not really on him. I'm just going to go out there and try to have it. His fiance said she's been hearing the same thing for the last 2 years.
Evidently, he sandbags at home, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Here's what I can tell you. If Jordan Lee tells you before a tournament he's not on him, you better have him on your Bassmaster.com fantasy fishing team.
Fair warning on that one right there. And I think a lot of people have figured out that one already, and you put it so well. He's the man who really validated the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. I remember him, Matt Lee, going around Little Beaver Lake, which is about twice as big as this building here, back in those days, winning the national championship, fishing against each other. And Matt Lee won at that time, but the next year it would be Jordan going on to the Classic.
I'll tell you what's amazing is I'm humbled to have worked with you for so long and really have known you and been next to you for so long. This is a tournament that I will look back on and appreciate working at this desk and covering that dude right there.
110%. Our sport is the greatest it's ever been, has a tremendous future. I feel it more than I ever have.
Absolutely. Lots of 20-somethings in our top 25 out there today. It's just, it gets stronger and stronger every year. Is it or is it not harder to win a Bassmaster Classic today than it ever has been? That's a tough one to ask you, Davey.
Well, I think it's harder every single year because the quality of fishermen, the young fishermen that come in our sport, make it harder and harder every single year.
All right. What are we going to take away from this Classic other than just the amazing accomplishments of this young man, Jordan Lee?
For me, the chill bumps on the back of my neck and what I just said, I think our sport is in a great moment, bigger and better than it's ever been.
What a final day. He and his brother back and forth with the lead. I mean, we've never seen anything like that before, not at this level, not in the Classic.
The biggest thing that I've seen with college anglers really for the last decade to decade and a half, you always hear them ask one question: how do I get to that stage? How do I get there? Time on the water. If you look at Matt Lee, if you look at Jordan Lee, live on the water and you can stand right there.
Incredible family support system for him. I remember his parents sitting there in the lawn chairs in the woods, every college tournament, out there all day long in 98-degree heat, waiting for these two guys to come off the water, watching them fish all the way through. All of it, all those are important elements, components of a career that looks to have no limits, absolutely no limits.
Tommy, I can remember just a few years ago on the Elite Series thinking, who are these two little young guys that are out here every day when I come pre-fish? Now the whole world knows who these young guys are. They're the Lee brothers.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, you might as well plan on the next 2 decades, us talking about those two right here, literally for the next 25 years.
I'd love to make 2 decades. But boy, we have seen so much from these guys already in their young careers. The skill level, the humility, even back in the day, very polite young men, but a little bit of swagger from each one of them.
A lot of swagger, and he has lived up to that. Hey, man, it's not cocky if you can back it up, Tommy.
110%.
And if there's any man in the sport today that can back it up, you're looking at him right there. Some highlights from his victory lap at the Geico Bassmaster Classic 2018. Thank you for being with us. We will see you next time. See you next year.